Your hard work will pay off. Never give up. In a quiet countryside village surrounded by golden fields and rolling hills lived a young man named Rohan. He was kind, hard-working, and full of dreams. His biggest dream was to own a successful farm, just like his father once did. But life had not been easy for him. After his father passed away, Rohan took on the responsibility of the farm. The land was dry, the tools were old, and the harvest had been poor for years. The villagers doubted him. Farming isn't for everyone, they said. Maybe you should find another way to make a living. But Rohan refused to give up. Every morning before the sun rose, he would wake up and start working. He ploughed the fields, removed weeds, and searched for ways to improve the soil. He studied farming techniques, experimented with different crops, and never missed a day of work. Months passed, but there was little progress. His hands were covered in blisters, his back ached, and exhaustion crept in. Doubt started to whisper in his mind. What if they're right, he thought. What if I'm just wasting my time? One evening, as he sat under a tree, an old farmer named Kiran approached him. I've been watching you, Kiran said. You work harder than anyone in this village. But tell me, do you know how a bamboo tree grows? Rohan shook his head. Kiran smiled. When you plant a bamboo seed, nothing happens for the first year. No sprout, no sign of growth. The second year, still nothing. The third, the fourth, it remains hidden underground. But in the fifth year, something incredible happens. The bamboo shoots up almost 80 feet in just a few weeks. You see, all those years, it was growing its roots, building a strong foundation. Hard work is like that, Rohan. Just because you don't see results now doesn't mean nothing is happening. Rohan listened carefully. That night, he made a promise to himself he would not give up. The seasons changed, and he kept working. He improved his irrigation, learned how to enrich the soil, and took care of his crops like they were his own children. One day, something magical happened. His land, once dry and barren, began to flourish. The crops grew taller, the fruits ripened beautifully, and his harvest was greater than he ever imagined. The same villagers who doubted him now came to him for advice. How did you do it, they asked. Rohan simply smiled and said, hard work always pays off. You just have to keep going, even when you don't see the results right away. From that day on, whenever someone in the village felt like giving up, they remembered Rohan's story. They learned that success doesn't come overnight. It comes to those who are patient, persistent, and willing to work hard. And so, the message of Rohan's journey became clear. Keep going. Your hard work will pay off, even if you can't see it yet.